Hello, I'm Pastor Ari Mattson from Martin Luther Church here at 93rd and Blue Mountain, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And this is AfterWords for February 26th, 2012. February 26th is the start of Lent in the Christian season, the first Sunday in Lent. And I preached on that this past weekend. And as I was preparing my sermon, I was listening to music, as I usually do. And one of the songs that kind of came on that really caught my attention is a song by the Elms called Burn and Shine. And the lyric that caught my attention as I was preparing the sermon and thinking about it is, in there they say, "Don't you ever wish for something true, something to pour your heart and soul into. Take all your feelings and put them aside and get what matters on your mind." And it struck me as being a very appropriate lyric for Lent. During Lent here at Martin Luther Church, we're talking about being cross-eyed and looking at the world through the eyes of the cross. And part of what that means, I think, is looking at things honestly and looking at how we prioritize things. Very often, it's easy for us to get busy with whatever comes up, whatever just happens to come across us, rather than taking the time to think about what are the things that really matter to me? What are the things that I want to do that are going to make a difference in my life, in the lives of my family and friends, and the lives of people in this world? What are the things that I can do that are actually going to reflect God's kingdom? What is God calling me to do in this life? And so Lent, I think, is a time to think about those things. What is it that we want to pour our heart and soul into? What are those things that matter most that we want to put our effort into? And to think honestly about what it is that we're doing and to reprioritize. You know, sometimes we talk about Lent as a time of giving things up, but I don't think giving things up just to punish ourselves. I think that part of what that should be is that we don't just give things up, but we add things in. But what we're adding in is the stuff that actually gives meaning to us, things that give us joy, that make us feel close to God, that make us grow in our relationships to our friends and family and one another. So as we enter the season of Lent, that's going to be my challenge to you, to use this season to think and look cross-eyed, to look at what you have, to step back and think about, how am I prioritizing my life? How am I living into God's call for my life? And how am I reflecting the kingdom of God in what I do? And what are some things maybe I put aside, and what are some things maybe that I add in so that I can live a life that has more meaning, that has more direction? Thanks for taking the time to watch and listen. You're welcome to come visit us anytime, and I'll see you next time here on AfterWords.